Yo, yo, dude, oh my god. I feel really bad, really bad for Kuroko. I mean, like, really bad. He spent all this time, it's been 230 plus chapters. He spent all this time busting his ass, training to hone skills, to help his team. Ever since, well, the beginning of the series, and after Almine beat the shit out of Team Seirin. Toho. And when it comes to the final, the championship game, Winter Cup, Seirin versus Rakuza. First quarter. The game just started. First quarter. And already his lack of presence has faded. Are you kidding? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, dude. And like, it was so sad too, because like, you see his face, like, you see the glazed over white eyes, you're like, just glazed over, and you're like, oh dude, no. And all of Seirin just stunned, because at first, the way it happened, the way it went down, after there's a little bit of a scene between Kagami and Hayama, where it's basically like Hayama has the animal instincts too. And him and Kagami are like going at it, like, yeah, like, you know, like Drino, like trying to do a crossover, and then he's like, no, I got it. And he passes the ball behind him, and in comes Kuroko. He passes the ball to Hyuga, and then Hyuga actually was going to shoot a 3, it was going to go in, but the ball gets tipped by that one guy, I think his name is Rio, the flamboyant dude. And basically he says, yeah, I caught it, but there's a bigger problem at hand. And what happens after that? So at the beginning, it's a lot of Kagami and Hayama hype. And then what happens is that because Hayama, he was embarrassed, or he was kind of, well, not embarrassed, but he got beat by Kagami twice. So he wanted to return the favor. And him returning the favor was, okay, fine. So you beat me twice. I'm going to beat you 5 times. Now, the thing about this is that, well, he's a crownless king. Well, he's an uncrowned king. So it shouldn't be like a huge deal for Kagami to actually take him on. But right now, the flow of Seirin probably plummeted. If you think that the flow of Seirin, because when Kagami came out of the zone, they were in a dire situation, but who was there to take up the slack? Rinosuke Midori, big man coming in, the silent wonder. But Kuroko has plummeted. Their 2-star freshmen, first years, have plummeted within the first quarter of their first championship final game Winter Cup. And how do you recover when Kuroko drops? How do you do that exactly? How do you? And this is a whole. And because the thing about this now is that it's not more so that we can like take up the slack. It's more so Kuroko's very essence as a player has altered because of the events that have led up to this point in time, and because of his training, him learning the phantom drive, the phantom shot, him shooting that buzzer beater at the end of the last match, the semifinals against Kaijo. And when we have Akashi talking about this to Kuroko, you're like, fuck, dude, all that training for the phantom drive, for the phantom shot, and it winds up biting him in the ass so hard. And for Fukawa, again, I think that's the name of the freshman kid in Seirin. Fukawa saw it. Like, he was like the first dude to actually see it. Like, wait a second, hold on. How do people notice Kuroko? Like, what's happening? Something is off. And he didn't tell Rico until it was too late. And when he passed the ball to Hyuga again, in came, I think it was Hayama or the other guy, Ryo. I'm not one of those two. They came in there, they stole the ball, and in this chapter, Rakuzan has gone 4 points, so now the score is 15-13. Seirin's still leading, but it's just that right now the pace is so far in their favor, so far, and you just feel really sad for Kuroko. You feel really sad. You're like, oh, dude, no way. No way. So, when it came to story progression of the chapter, we do see Hayama do his 4-finger dribble. And that's the thing. Like, his main thing is that his dribbles are insanely fast. And they're very hard to see. If not impossible to see. I mean, with the exception, of course, probably, you know, Akashi, Empress, I see all the dribbles, fool. But it's just that in the case of Kagami, he's not adjusted to Ryo's dribbling speed. And like, the thing about it is that like his dribbling is so fast where the ball like reverberates off the ground and makes like this really loud noise. And people have to cover their ears all the time. But here's the thing though. When it came to that, we found out that he can go even more. Because I think that one time, I think like the first time we saw him do it, it was like 2 fingers or 1 finger, whatever it is. It kind of reminds you of Bleach from, you know, right now, Basby, but that's a different story. The thing about that is that he probably has like a 5-finger dribble, but even still, he shouldn't be better than Kagami. I mean, Kagami right now, like I said before, Kagami, he's compared to the Generation of Miracles. But because of the fact that everyone's now noticing Kuroko, that's going to hit Seirin big. So even though Kagami should not be beat out that much by Hayama, because of this dramatic shift in the pacing of the game, in the flow of the game, where immediately it was in Seirin's favor. All of a sudden, like a few minutes later, Rakuzan just grabs hold of the reins, like, yeah, we taking over right now. We taking over. Taking over. So, the thing here is that this may affect Kagami in, of course, a negative way. And Kagami may just get beat out by Hayama when he shouldn't really. But here's the thing, though. Alright? That's number one when it comes to story progression. Hayama is him doing some stuff. And him actually having the animal instincts. And so that's why he probably has the fucking fang and shit. Because, you know, that whole fang tooth thing that I've seen in a lot of anime characters. It's like the wolf or some, I don't know, some weird animal representation. So Kagami's not the only one who has the animal instincts. And plus his dribbling. Number 2 is, then this is huge, this is massive, the complete change in the essence of Kuroko's basketball. How when he shot that buzzer beater in the last game, that was the kill shot. That was the boom headshot, yeah. That was a headshot. And when he shot that, people all of a sudden start to notice Kuroko and all the training he spent in Teiko, in middle school, and at the first year of high school. All that training seems to have gone for naught because now people see him. He's no longer a shadow because the shadow has created a spotlight. And now, and we have this Akashi just so, because when I remember, like, not remember, but the way he talks or the way he seems to speak, like really smug, and like I can imagine him saying this in like a very smug manner. Like, you know why I told you to only focus on passing? Because of this. And I'm like, oh, fuck, no. So, we're going to see what happens. But they need a pickup moment. They need a massive pickup. Or a timeout or something. Because right now, it's not looking good. It's no. No. And they're only in the first quarter. So, we may see like Rico bench Kagami and Kuroko so they can gather themselves and then put in Rinosuke and the other guy. The guy who looks like Brock from fucking Pokemon. And they may do something. Because right now, Seirin is in a huge pickle. They are in a huge... They right now have a 15-foot dick up their asses. And it hurts so bad, they don't know what to do. Seriously. It's that bad. Oh, Kuroko. Oh my God. So when it comes to story progression, it's huge. It's massive. The art style was the same old stuff. When it came to the pacing of the story, they evened it out. It was basically, we have some of it here with, well, at the beginning, it was mainly Hayama and Kagami. Then there was a little bit of Kuroko thing going on here with Hyuga. Then it's a little bit here of Hayama and Kagami Taiga. And then there's a lot at the end with Kuroko. And the actual black word lettering. And this to me I think is actually very cool because we see the black text boxes and then the wording in them is white. And so you can see it kind of symbolizes that Kuroko, he's that black text box. And then amongst that shadow, there is the white text itself, and that's that light. And that's that shift. That's that whole change. So, I mean, maybe his vanishing... maybe his phantom shot will still work, because it's a shot. It could still go in. But when it comes to his vanishing drive and his passes, his main thing, his bread and butter, no. He's going to change it up. No more bread and butter. Now he needs some PB&J. Because he has to change his whole scheme up now. His whole scheme. So, and he has to do it mid-game. If he wants to stay in the game, he has to do it mid-game. So maybe Akashi will not be the only person gaining a new power or gaining new skills in the middle of this match. Because Akashi at some point, he will be pushed to the brink. I don't see why not. Either that, or they pull what they did in the Inner High, where Seirin actually gets beat really bad by Rakuzan. And then it's like next year, their second years. And it's like, fuck. So they may do that. I don't know. So, you know, Seirin's constant struggle for supremacy. But whatever, I'm done. For the championship, I'll leave it at that. The chapter overall, I thought it was a great chapter. A simple, yet great chapter. So I'm done. King of Lightning. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.